You've been looking online at new construction homes in the Phoenix area, and you want to know where is the best buy right now in the Phoenix area. Well, don't go anywhere because we're going to get to the nitty gritty. We're going to show you the details and tell you all about the fine print coming at you right after this. Hello, this is Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And if this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to tap that little subscribe button and click that little bell there so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. We are getting dozens of calls every single day, and we love it. Look, you do have a ton of questions. What, when, why, where, and how do we get in on the skinny on what's going on with new construction and all the incentives and amazing rebates that are coming our way. Can barely handle them all. Well, let me tell you, we want to answer your questions, but you got to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. All right, guys, let's break it down. Where is new construction in the greater Phoenix area? Well, when looking at this map, you're going to see how it's literally on the outlying areas of the greater Phoenix area. And so you really want to evaluate why you would be buying in these different respective areas and how long are you willing to wait for amenities. If we take a real quick look in the north part of the greater Phoenix area, so in the Peoria, North Phoenix, or even Surprise area, we are going to see a ginormous demand in this area over the next 5 to 7 years. Phoenix metropolitan area as a whole is expecting to create over 700,000 jobs, high-paying tech jobs over the next 8 years. The greater Phoenix area is slated to be the #1 job growth creator in the country. So we are anticipating over 1 million more residents calling Arizona home between now and 2030. Well, where are they going to go? Many of these areas are in that new construction area. We have a huge staple that still is not in this part of the Phoenix area called Taiwan Semiconductor that is moving out, or not moving, creating a 3.4 million square foot campus in this sector of the Phoenix metropolitan area. It is important to know that those jobs have not yet been created. They're still building this massive campus with, the last time I checked, 16 cranes. It's insane. And let me tell you, what Intel did to the Southeast Valley, Taiwan Semi is going to do in North Phoenix. So there is a lot of opportunity in that area. Now, if we look in the Southeast Valley and we look at what's going on maybe a little further ahead of the North Phoenix area, we are going to see what I call kind of a trifecta area. It's right over here where it's Southeast Mesa, North Queen Creek, and Southeast Gilbert. And this area already has employment, and it has shopping, freeway access, great schools, medical care, and it already is kind of in the busyness of the Phoenix metro area. Now, the prices, when you look at all the new construction in the greater Phoenix area, the prices in the Southeast Valley and the areas that I'm talking about, Southeast Mesa, Southeast Gilbert, and North Queen Creek, the prices are higher, and that's because it already has this infrastructure and economy in place. So take that into consideration, again, why you're buying your home and what you're willing to wait for. Now, the other part of town is going to be the southwest part of town. And if you ask me, there's kind of two areas. There's the southwest inner greater Phoenix area. So that's going to be like Avondale, Tullison, Goodyear, and the South Goodyear, Estrella Mountain Ranch. Those are areas that already have some freeway access, but I'll be honest with you, these particular homes are inexpensive because they don't have all the other amenities. They don't have the massive shopping malls. They don't have the great school districts. They don't have as much medical care. So you have to kind of, again, evaluate what it is you're looking for when you want new construction. Now, there is a newer part of the greater Phoenix area called Buckeye that, in my opinion, it's way, way out of town. But I'll tell you, there are a lot of ridiculous prices available out there. And I'm telling you, Buckeye is only just beginning. It is so hard for anyone to see what's going on out there right now because it's still in the planning stages. I actually happened to talk to the principal engineer or civil engineer that is going to be doing the work over at Douglas Ranch that has been talked about for, it seems like decades. It hasn't been. It's probably 10 or 12 years. But they are really starting to vamp up and kick off getting everything ready for Trillium, part of Douglas Ranch. Right now, you'd never know that. If you didn't live here, you know nothing about it because it's dirt. Well, the developer has relocated from Texas to Arizona to get things in the works. And again, the engineers, the dirt work is being worked on right now. So I'm telling you, there's so much going on. And thankfully, again, because we're anticipating those million more people moving here. And I'll be honest with you, the builder permits over the last month, actually the last 2 months, this is in October 2022, are down 46%. This is kind of scary for me. Right now, the country is experiencing a slowdown, an intentional slowdown. This is important to know. Interest rates have intentionally been brought up to slow a lot of spending down, one of which is house buying. And let me tell you, it has. And it scared a lot of builders. And this is where you're going to come in right now because these builders, they are very, very nervous. They've borrowed money to build these homes that they've already started on, the spec homes, right? And they need to commit to their stakeholders, right? And especially if they're publicly traded, they cannot expend these costs at these high rates. They need to move this inventory quickly. And this is the part where you come in and get the best deal ever in the greater Phoenix area. All right, so now let's get down to the nitty gritty about what you want to do when you are ready to make a deal with the new construction. Very first thing you want to do is make sure you go in with an experienced realtor that has worked with builders for years and has contacts within the organization. Let me tell you, if you put the word seller in front of everything instead of it saying builder. So we're talking to the builder's rep. That really means the seller's rep. If we're looking at the builder contract, that's really the seller's contract. Don't think for a moment that any of this is for the benefit of the buyer. It is really honestly to make sure that you know what the builder seller is willing to give you and you as the buyer have no recourse. So it is super important that you work with the realtor. Don't make a phone call into that sales office. Don't register online until you've given us a call and we go out there with you. There is a reason that they try and keep realtors out. And they have absolutely capitalized on that for 2 years now. So when we represent you, we will make sure that we, if need to, renegotiate even part of their contract. So remember that with the contract, it is the seller's contract. And remember that the person in the sales office, although they are very nice and they're very helpful, they work for the seller and they are commission based. And all they're interested in is selling you that home. Will they be there when it's time to close? Hopefully. Let me tell you, I heard, was there. My jaw was on the floor as this sales associate says to me, rumor has it that they are building a shopping center right out there. And he literally emphasized the word rumor like 3 times. I'm pretty sure I caught a wink in there too. Like, you can't say that as a licensed realtor. You cannot even imply that. But is there anyone to stand behind you and say that's not true if you're not represented by a realtor that knows the area? Mind you, these inside salespeople, they may not know anything about the community outside of their community. Like what they're selling and what rumor they've been told, they know nothing. They don't know what the resale market is like. They don't know if there's scorpions in the area. They don't know what the school, they don't bother to look at what the school district is like. They're not familiar with the traffic flow to and from, on weekend maybe, or, again, there's so many things. They are licensed, but they represent the seller. Here's another thing a lot of people don't know. Earnest money is truly non-refundable. And these builders are not being friendly right now at all whatsoever. It was really unfortunate reading about an older couple that bought in a community where they had full intention of moving in. And just before, probably a couple months before closing, a serious medical situation, and they had to cancel. They literally could not leave where they were living. And the builder refused to give them back their earnest money. So what I've also seen the builders do is bump up earnest deposits. Once what was only $5,000 at this one particular builder, probably about 6 months ago, their earnest deposit for owner occupied was $5,000. Well, when interest rates started going up, and a lot of buyers just started backing out, the builders felt it was too easy for the buyers to back out from $5,000. So that same builder today is now $15,000 earnest. So they make it painful. So before you enter into a contract, and again, we'll make sure if you're working with us, we'll make sure you're aware of everything that you need to be aware of. Here's the other thing. The incentives are not as black and white as they may seem. You might see a home that's listed online, let's just say $750,000, and then it says now offering $75,000 incentive if you buy by this month or whatever. But they don't tell you that price, or in the little tiny asterisk, that it's already been reflected in that price. So when you're looking online, you're thinking, oh, that's $75,000 less than that. What a bargain. No, it's already been taken off, and it would actually not include any kind of a buy down. Again, they're going to do whatever they need to do to at least get you in so that they can then try and sell you a property. Here's the difference. When I represent our clients, I'm here to find the right house for you. I am your alliance, and I am working for you. These people want to sell their house and only their house, and they'll say whatever they need to do. So remember that when you go into sales office. As a buyer, you don't save any money if you don't use a realtor. You just lose a lot of information and liability. All right, here's the other thing. The lender credits. Today's interest rates are stressful for many, many people. So builders are offering some fantastic short-term deals. This is where you're going to find the best deals. They're called quick move-in specs. And even right now, you can get great reduced prices, you can get design center credit, and you can also get closing costs paid for and rates bought down to 4.999. I guess you only need 4.9, whatever, 5%. But that's only if you close right now. And so I think a lot of people, when they're going online, they think that this is something that will be available next quarter, next year. And you know what? There could be more, but here's the thing. The reason they are having these closeout specials are because it's year end. They have corporate returns to report by the end of December, and they have to have sales on the book. Number two, they've already taken money out to build these homes and they don't have a buyer. So now they have holding costs. This gets expensive. And so they are motivated. Also, some builders had previously purchased money set aside for their buyers at lower interest rates, and they can offer that 4.99 without doing actual buy downs. So again, there's a lot of information behind the scenes that you need to pick up that phone and give us a call so that we can answer all your preliminary questions and be, like I said, your strategic partner, your alliance when buying new construction in the Phoenix area. All right, guys. I would love to answer your questions and help you find that smoking deal that's out there right now in the Phoenix area. All you got to do is pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.